regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
Not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. In the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready? Check it out.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, dude. 59. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Lunch 59.
From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deeper. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go. Go. White.
Shotgun now for Carr. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They go jet sweep here with Williams. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
694.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
You're mine.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Hey, Alpha.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And Diggs has it. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A toss to Cook. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now a fumble. The ball's out. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 7:34, 6:18. Hey, Haywood. 61, matchbox light.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Carr going to get this to Jacobs. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Richard, room here to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be second and goal.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. Watch the car.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a third and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10.
Gun. 15, 15. You must be getting tired of seeing first.
To throw is Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, here's second and 14. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
You got nothing to that. Hey, can't.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man, it's Thielen, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Now, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
Field goal is all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Now a hit and a loose football. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Jacobs now, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, this is Madison. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's get it. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, exit.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal. They come out here in the I. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running is Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
7:34. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
On 2nd and 9. Carr. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they're looking to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. To throw again. Carr. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. On first down, it's Jacobs, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a carry for Jacobs, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Carr. Caught by Jones. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Raiders have retaken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know,
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just... And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Maurice Hurst in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on second and 16.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, Mike's 7.
Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 56 yards. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Back to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Throwing is Cousins. He's will not go quietly as we are back to a 2-score game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Cook. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Orbit.
Cousins. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it, and let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there, but in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Vikings, it's an ideal...
the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had